What up, what up, what up, Twitch fam? Thanks for tapping back in. Thanks for everybody who came to check out this this early morning stream. We're waking up early morning for this stream. I'm actually super excited about this stream because I was trying to figure out, you know, how could I do this? How could I do this stream but share play my screen? You know, so I figured, all right, fuck it, I'll just stream on Twitch and then download, you know, this whole stream from Twitch and then post it on YouTube. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna post this stream on YouTube a little bit later, but what we're doing here is we're breaking down the psychology of gaming. So if this is your first time at the stream, if this is your first time, you know, hearing about me, CODAMAZEMENT7. So, you know, CODAMAZEMENT7 is a brand where we're implementing applied psychological methods to help gamers keep accountability and keen focus. So, you know, the keen focus part is how you actually get better at video games using mindfulness, and the accountability part is how you manage your physical and your mental health. And as a community, you know, once we launch our website, when you you know, join the CODAMAZEMENT7 community, you know, you get access to a community where we share all different kinds of information across you know, across all platforms and all games. You know, where we share secret information that we know, a place where gamers can come and discuss you know, skills, you know, dive deeper into the psychology of gaming. So here on this video, I'm going to show you guys right here. I know we stream COD all the time because we love COD over here. We're just going to give you guys an example of some of the information that we're going to share in this CODAMAZEMENT7 community. So we're not associated with Call of Duty in any kind of way. We're not associated with Activision. We're just die-hard fans of Call of Duty, and we're giving you guys an example of the kind of information that we're going to share if you're a part of the CODAMAZEMENT7 community. All right. So I'm actually really excited about this video because when we came out with the whole idea, when I came up with the CODAMAZEMENT7 idea, the gaming psychology idea, you know, I was smoking weed in my house. You know, smoking a little bit of weed, you know, an idea came over me, you know, well, I had already had the gaming psychology idea, but an idea of the kind of information that I wanted to share came over me. And one of the first things that I, you know, thought about was loadouts, you know, the complexities of gaming. This is one of the things, this is one way how we can show the complexities of gaming, you know, by showing loadouts, how you build a loadout. You know, this is one specific Call of Duty example of gaming psychology and how you can dive deeper into video games, you know, and share this kind of information. You know, all those die-hard Call of Duty players, you know, they're going to know exactly what I'm talking about right here. But for those who don't know what I'm talking about, you know, this information is really beneficial. You know, so, you know, we love Call of Duty, and that's why we're using Call of Duty as an example of gaming psychology, but we're going to share this kind of information across all games and platforms. So yeah, this is what we're about, guys. This is what we're about. You know, we're about sharing this kind of information, diving deeper into gaming and the psychology of gaming, and how we can get better, you know, using the psychology of gaming and mindfulness and you know, maintaining gamer health mentally and physically. That's what we're about. You know, we're correlating psychology and we're correlating gaming. You know, me myself, you know, CODAMAZEMENT7, you know, I've been a gamer all my life. You know, the only system I haven't had is Atari. You know, I've had every system ever since then. You know, so, you know, I'm on every platform. You know, I'm on Twitch. You know, I'm streaming. I'm on everything. So, you know, I'm solidified as a gamer for sure. You know, I got the stats to back it up. You know, I also majored in psychology. You know, I went to school, I studied psychology. I have a bachelor's in psychology. You know, I worked in behavior, you know, and worked with kids from toddlers to young adults for about 5 years now. So, you know, I have the work experience. You know, I'm a certified behavior technician. I took an exam at the BCBA, the board. I took the board exam. You know, so I'm specializing in the psychological field. I'm not just a gamer that's just telling you guys a bunch of bullshit. You know, I'm valid in both areas. You know, I'm a diehard gamer, as you guys can see. I'm always here streaming with you guys, playing with people, meeting new people. You know, and yeah, I'm just keep grinding, man. And just I hope you guys stay tuned. You know, we're launching the website. You know, all of our newcomers, you know, that are jumping on the CODAMAZEMENT7 team, we're going to have something special for you guys in the future. Our first 1,000 subscribers, we're going to have something special for you guys in the future, for sure. You know, we're taking note of who are the diehard fans, who's supporting us now, and you know, and all those in the future. But let's get the video going, man. I don't want to talk forever. Let's get this going because we're really excited about this. This was one of the very first videos that I ever wanted to do, and I'm finally doing it because we're starting to get stuff rolling. So what we see here was we're gonna take a look at these three classes: 1, 2, 3, right? So every class that says guild on it, that's the class we're going to take a look at. Guild 50 vs 50, Guild Warzone, Guild TDM, right? The reason we named this guild is because this gun is called the Gilded, right? So what I'm basically showing you guys is the complexities of how to build a loadout based on your specific game mode, right? Now, a person would only know this by chronically playing Call of Duty, by habitually playing Call of Duty. I've been playing since Call of Duty 4. Since the highest kill streak you can get was an attack helicopter. You know, like, that's how long I've been playing. Since the very first online game was fucking free-for-all. That was, you know, how we all got good, by playing free-for-all. You know, but anyway, so we're going to look at these three classes, the Guild, Guild 50 vs 50, Guild Warzone, Guild TDM. So I'm using the same primary weapon for each three of these classes, for all three of these classes, so we can dive deeper into you know, why we choose certain attachments, why you should have certain loadouts. So we're using the same primary weapon for all three of these classes, right? Okay, so let's break it down. So 50 vs 50, right? 50 vs 50 is not as big as Warzone. It's way bigger than TDM. It's the perfect mid-range game mode, right? So for a 50 vs 50 class, if we were to use the Gilded, I love this gun. This is why I chose this gun for this YouTube video, because this is an LMG, right? Gilded is an LMG, but you would think it's an assault rifle. So what are we gonna have in 50 vs 50? So 50 vs 50, you go to perks. We're gonna go with cold-blooded. We're gonna go with overkill. We're gonna go with amped. I'm gonna tell you why we're gonna go with cold-blooded, because a lot of people have radars. You know, if you're a sniper, a lot of people snipe on 50 vs 50. So really, that's why we need cold-blooded. Because if you're in a bush with a sniper, it's bad enough that your sniper is emitting this glowing light, that's letting the enemy know you're there. You know, cold-blooded is what basically would protect you from a thermal scope. If they had a thermal scope and they were looking at you from a distance, the cold-blooded is what's going to kind of keep you, you know, hidden, you know. And then the overkill, of course, you're going to need a sniper and a primary weapon. You're going to need a sniper and an assault rifle, or something that you can hit someone from mid-distance on. That's my rule with Warzone and 50 vs 50, right? So here we got we got overkill. We're going to run the overkill because overkill allows us to use two primary weapons. So right now we have a primary as our secondary. The overkill perk allows you to use that. So cold-blooded, you know, like I said, cold-blooded, you know, you don't show up on the radar, you won't show up on a thermal scope. So if you're sniping on 50 vs 50, the chances of you being on a thermal scope are like 85%. So you're gonna need cold-blooded. Amped, I personally use dead silence. You know, it helps you go faster. Silent footsteps, you know. So you have to move around a lot in 50 vs 50 because, you know, it's a big map. Same with Warzone. So you know, I like my equipment to charge pretty fast. You're gonna go with the lethal because you're gonna run into the chances of you running into a vehicle are like 70%. So with vehicles, if you don't have a rocket launcher, like me, I don't have a slot for a rocket launcher. I'd rather have my sniper for long distance shit, and I'd rather have my, you know, my primary for close up. So yeah, I'm not gonna carry a rocket launcher, so you gotta carry C4, you know, in case you run into a vehicle. People try to run you over all the time. You want to just be able to throw a fucking C4 and blow his ass up, you know, in one shebang, pretty much. Tactical, I go with the flash. Flash, they've always been super effective to me. You know, what's more effective than when you can't see? You know what I mean? When your whole screen goes white, you know. But this Call of Duty is really realistic, which I fucking love. They're just making it more and more realistic. You really have to toss the flash in front of your enemy's face for it to actually work. You know, like, I feel like back in the old school Call of Duties, you know, if you aimed it in the direction or if you threw it at the enemy, it was gonna blind the shit out of them. You know, but now I feel like you actually have to like make sure it's in front of the person's face. If it gets anything behind them, it won't do as much damage. You know, so I love the flash grenade, me personally. So yeah, flash, you got the flash, you got your C4 for any vehicles they're gonna pull up, you know, and the chances are very high. You got your amp, your equipment, you got your overkill, so you can carry 2 primary weapons, and you got your cold-blooded, so you can hide, you know, and you got your sniper. You know, this is 50 versus 50. Everybody knows you need a fucking sniper, you know what I mean? So everybody snipes on 50 versus 50. It's where you get your sniper kills up. So you're gonna need your sniper, of course. You're gonna need your secondary sniper, and yeah, you're gonna need your gilded. And we went over all the perks you're gonna need for your primary weapon in a game mode like 50 versus 50. So actually we didn't. We're gonna go into the perks right now. So why do we need this optic? I'm a firm believer in, if you're a badass in Call of Duty, you really don't need a scope. You know, I'm an iron sight kind of guy. I'm an iron sight guy. You know, you don't need a scope. So what I learned in 50 versus 50, you know, just like Warzone, you have to turn around on a dime and hit people from incredible distances. So the iron sight doesn't always work, you know, on Warzone. You know, it's more of a TDM thing, you know, and but since this is an automatic weapon, you know, I put the best optic on this gun. What am I trying to say here? If you have something like an FR556, a 3-shooter, right? Then you can use an iron sight on Warzone. You know, this is like the complexities of the game. You know, like if you have a 556, which is a 3-shooter, right? Then you can use an iron sight. You know, you don't really need a scope because you know it's a sharpshooter. You know, but in this case, let's go back to this gun, Gil. Let's go back to this class. I'm getting off topic. So I use this. This is the last scope you unlock, right? This is a really advanced optic with 4.0 times magnification. It's like an iron sight, but it's like a high def iron sight, pretty much. So you got your high def iron sight, right? And so what it is here is we're gonna overload on let me see. We're gonna overload on aim down sight speed, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys why I'm saying this. On 50 versus 50, we would overload on aim down sight speed because you got your optic where you can hit anybody from mid distance, right? And then you have no stock here. See how we have no stock? Aim down sight speed, movement speed. And for our grip, aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed. So we're doubling down on aim down sight speed. And then you have your monolithic suppressor. I love the monolithic because it always does sound suppression and it always does damage range. Anytime you're looking at a monolithic suppressor for any gun, it's always doing damage range. So yeah, you got that. You got your monolithic suppressor for damage range, and you got your recoil. You need some recoil. So this is fucking perfect for 50 versus 50. It's a perfect balance of a gun. You have your scope for your mid distance. You got your monolithic suppressor so you can get that damage range. You have your recoil. You have to have some kind of recoil. You don't want to have a gun with no recoil. You know, and you're doubling up on aim down sight speed, so you can react fast and then you're accurate. You know, but then you're mid distance too. All right, that's 50 versus 50, right? So let's go to Warzone. We got some different stuff in Warzone. We're looking at Guild Warzone, Guild WZ. Skip that one. Skip this bad boy. This is my FR556. This is what I was telling you guys about right here. If you got a gun like this, you can use no scope because it's such a fucking sharpshooter and it'll hit you from so far that you don't really need a scope on it if you're good, you know. So let's go here to Warzone, Guild Warzone. So you've seen Guild 50 versus 50, right? You've seen how that looks. This is the same gun, guys, same gun. We're diving deep into the psychology of gaming here, guys. I know that you guys are like, this guy takes forever to fucking explain a loadout, but this is how complex it gets, you know, and only those that are fucking great at Call of Duty know this stuff, you know. So this is the exact same gun. So you got your monolithic suppressor for damage range. We need that. So, oh yeah, let's not forget, for those who haven't played Call of Duty before, the monolithic suppressor is so important because if you have a suppressor, what a suppressor does is it allows you to not show up on the radar. So every time you shoot, us who are great at Call of Duty, we know that you use your radar for everything. You always look at your radar. That's the key to being good at Call of Duty, using your fucking radar, especially in team deathmatch. It all started with team deathmatch. So use your radar. when little red dots pop up, that means an enemy's nearby. So when an enemy has a silencer on their weapon, they're not popping up on that radar. This is why we use a silencer, okay? So let's get that out of the way. So yeah, you got your monolithic suppressor, which isn't allowing you to show up on the radar, but then it's also giving you the damage range and the sound suppression, as you can see. So only the monolithic does this. You got your tactical, it just gives you sound suppression, right? You got your lightweight, it just allows you more mobility. But then you have your monolithic suppressor, it gives you sound suppression and damage range. That's why it's harder to unlock for, you know, it's always like towards the end on most weapons. You know, so you got your suppressor, and we have our commando grip for recoil. You gotta have your recoil. We said that last time. So we got the same thing. We got our monolithic suppressor, the recoil, and then this mag right here. This mag is so important for this gun. Let me tell you why. You see all the perks you get from one fucking attachment: aim down, sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, reload quickness. That's because this gun, it's an LMG. It's supposed to have a barrel. It's supposed to have a big barrel. See that 100-round barrel that it has on it? That's what it's supposed to have. You know, so it's critical if you put this mag on there. You know, as you can see, we kept the 100-round on there for 50 versus 50. You know, but for Warzone, we would want to have all this extra juice, right? Aim down, sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, reload quickness. This is making the gun more mobile altogether, right? And see here, we got our optic again. I put the optic because Warzone, you really need the optic because you have a huge map. You can get into a fight from any fucking distance. You know, you might not have time to pull out your sniper, you know? So, this one, what's the key to this one? I know you guys are saying, what's the difference? Why is he using this mag? So on this one, right? Since it's Warzone, we're overloading on recoil. Some of you guys might have noticed that. So in the 50 versus 50, we were overloading on what? 50 versus 50, we're overloading on aim down sight speed. I think that was the focus. Yeah, we had our aim down sight speed, but we had an optic to go with it, right? Because 50 versus 50, you're gonna run into somebody way faster than you're gonna run into somebody when you're playing Warzone, right? We all know that. So here we're overloading on recoil. We got the underbarrel, recoil stabilization, aiming stability, and we have rubberized grip tape, recoil aiming stability. So we're overloading on the recoil, right? We have to have balance. Our gun has to have balance. So since we're overloading on recoil, that means this gun is accurate as shit. So you got the 2 recoils and you got your monolithic suppressor for damage range. So we got range and recoil. So this gun is accurate as shit. What's the last thing we need? What's the last thing we would need? We would just need something to help us react fast, right? This is fucking perfect. This is a perfect gun it's a perfect setup for Warzone. Because instead of getting stock like we did last time, for aim down sight speed, instead of getting a grip for aim down sight speed, we just put this one perfect attachment that's gonna give us everything we need to balance out the weapon. Aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, reload quickness. That's perfect. It's a perfect Warzone setup. You know, because you got your recoil, you need to be accurate as shit when you need to hit somebody at distance. You might need to tap this weapon. I'm a firm believer in tapping your weapon. You know, if you know how to shoot with an automatic weapon, you know, that's really accurate, you don't hold the trigger, you tap that shit. You tap it, tap it, tap it, tap it. You tap it until the enemy falls, you know, but you gotta have aim for that. You know, so yeah, we got the monolithic, we got double recoil, so, you know, and then we just got our mag to make it more mobile. That's perfect, you know, and we didn't go with the stock, we got the regular stock on here, we're not messing with the stock, you know. And so let's venture off into the you know, to the perks and everything else. So yeah, of course we got another sniper. I'm about to turn these 2 snipers gold. That's why I went with the 2 different snipers. It doesn't matter which sniper you use. Doesn't really matter. The perks, you can set your sniper up however you want to set your sniper up, depending on the actual gun itself. You know, so that's what you want to do there. You know, you just set your sniper up depending on the sniper itself. And what I mean by that is, you know, like for example, some snipers, you know, it only has 1 underbarrel. You got your crouch, you know, you got your bipod. You know, you might not want to use a bipod or whatever. you know, but I set this up like this. You know, I got the I got presence of mind for this sniper, because I feel like this is a one-hitter quitter, man. You know, I feel like this bad boy right here, this isn't a one-hitter quitter. I have to have FMJ on this. You know, I have to keep FMJ on this, you know, and everything else is like kind of like aim down sight speed. But with this bad boy, she's a hitter. You know, one shot upper body with her, you're going down. So I got presence of mind with her. But let's not dive too deep into the sniper rifles, because you just need to grab a sniper for your secondary. So let's go into perks for Warzone. So perks. So we already covered the assault rifle. We covered that assault rifle and why we have all those attachments on that assault rifle for this specific game of Warzone. So specific perks, right? So perks in Warzone, you're gonna go with double time. You're gonna go with overkill, and you're gonna go with tune-up. Why? Double time, you move around a lot in Warzone. You're running the whole time. There's no time to waste in Warzone. You need to get a contract. You need to get your next guns. You need to get to the bunker. You just need to move. You got to keep moving because the circle's always behind your ass. So you want to have double time. You know, double time is a great thing to have to start off with. Overkill, of course, you want to use two primary weapons, because we always go with two primary weapons on big, huge maps, because you can get into a gunfight anywhere. So yes, overkill is substantial. You know, a lot of people have a sniper and a primary. You know, so yeah, you want to run overkill. Now tune-up, I run tune-up because it charges up your field upgrades. Me, like I said, I always run Ghost. You need to go fast. You need to be on the move. So you know, I feel like Warzone's a map where you need to be on the move a lot. If your teammate gets into a fight next door, you need to run next door really quick, save his ass, and revive him. You know, so that's why I run the tune-up. Now I know what you guys are all thinking. You know, what about Ghost? What about Ghost? What about Ghost? I know we're gonna get there. So yeah, another thing, Warzone, we're not carrying a rocket launcher. You know, some guys do carry a rocket launcher, but if you don't, C4 is always handy. You know, so we said that same thing in 50 vs 50. That's because these are big maps. These maps have vehicles, so you gotta have something to defend yourself against a vehicle. So yes, we're rocking with the C4 again for Warzone. Now, boom, heartbeat sensor. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. We stay with the heartbeat sensor for your tactical on Warzone. Why? Because there's enemies anywhere. People have, a guy could be right next door. If you don't hear his footsteps, you don't know he's right there. You know, it's every man for himself on Warzone, or it's just you and two other guys, or you and one other guy. So you got to keep a heartbeat sensor for those intense situations where you hear footsteps and you don't have a radar. You know, somebody has to have a heartbeat. You know, so if you got 4 guys or 3 guys with heartbeats, you know, running around, you know, you guys are gonna have a great sense of awareness on where your enemies are. The chances, your chances of survival are gonna be higher. So this is our setup for Warzone. This is our setup for Warzone. So now I know you guys are thinking, oh, Ghost class, yeah. So here we go. So yeah, you got your Ghost class, man. If you know you get multiple loadouts, you want to have your Ghost class, of course. So that's why I went with this, guys. That's why I went with double time as my perk. I went with overkill, and I went with tune-up, because this is what you need at first, right? At first, we need all these things. We need to go fast so we can pick up a shitload of crates. We need overkill so we can have our sniper and our primary weapon to defend ourselves, and we need tune-up so we can you know, you can move fast. You know, I use Ghost, so I don't know what you guys use, but the tune-up, your charge, your upgrade is pretty important. You know, so those are the perks we need at first, right? Ghost class. So for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about when I say Ghost class, us who play Warzone, once you get one loadout, you get about 2, you get a second and a third opportunity to get a loadout. So if you already have your fucking guns and you want different perks, for example, you know, you would choose another loadout. I hope that was easy to explain. So that's what we do. So for the second loadout, our Ghost class, of course, we don't care about the guns because we're not thinking about the guns, we're just thinking about the perks. We got the cold-blooded, we got the Ghost, and we got the amp. Why? Why? Cold-blooded, we know why we need cold-blooded. Undetectable by AI targeting systems and thermal optics, does not trigger high alert warning. So, you know what I'm saying? When the game gets intense, the circle gets small, people have all these things. They have thermals, they have radars, they have things that'll set off your high alert warning, right? So we want to go with the cold-blooded because the match getting intense. You know, we need to be kind of secluded. We need to be like a ghost when the match is, when it's crunch time. So, and then boom, undetectable UAVs, radar, drones, and heartbeat sensors. So basically you're completely off the grid. When you have cold-blooded and ghost, you're completely off the grid. That's how you want to be when there's 10 people left in a Warzone match, So, and then you have amped. The reason I have amped is because if you're in an intense situation, you're going to need to swap weapons. You're going to need to reload. You know what I mean? You're always in an intense situation when there's 10 people left. It's always a serious fight when Warzone's about to be over and, there's only one team. It's your team and 2 other teams. So that's why I have amped, I have ghost, and I have cold blood. Because when it's crunch time, you want to have these perks. You know what I mean? So, at this point, guys, for those of you who don't know, you would have, you'd already have your primary weapon and your sniper. You'd already have your primary weapon and the sniper you want. So we would just be doing this for the perks, for an extra C4 and a heartbeat sensor. That's if you hadn't ran out of C4 already. All right. So that's the ghost class. So yeah, that's perfect. So yeah, we go with this on Warzone. We broke down the guns. While we'd have these guns, and then boom, you switch it up with your ghost class and have these perks. So I'd end up eventually with these weapons and these perks. If everything goes right. Now, lastly, to wrap up this video, man, I don't want to talk forever. TDM. We all know TDM is a whole different ball game. TDM is a completely different ball game. It all, like I said earlier, it all started with TDM. We fucking love TDM. So this is what you would run in TDM. This is the exact same gun, guys. It's the exact same gun, gilded. I love the gilded. And this is why I use this for this YouTube video, because look at how just how complex you can break this gun down. So you've seen what it looked like up here, right? You guys seen what it looked like here, gilded 50 vs 50, gilded Warzone. Now here's gilded TDM, right? So I know you guys are like, oh yeah, what are we gonna upload on? What are we gonna upload on? So this is what we have here. Here we're gonna overload on mobility. I said upload, I'm sorry. We're gonna overload on mobility here because it's TDM. It's fucking TDM. And like I said, if you're great, all the great players know you don't really need a scope if you're good with the gun. You can just use the iron sight, right? So of course, we're gonna go with no optic here. No optic, no laser, we don't need it. So waste a perk for us. No stock, why? Aim down sight speed. We're gonna overload on mobility here. Aim down sight speed, no stock. This thing looks like an LMG. No, not an LMG. It looks like a submachine gun. This looks like a submachine gun, but it's an LMG. This is how much you can break the gilded down. This looks. Nobody would know this was an LMG if you didn't. If you didn't know. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go with this. We're gonna go with stock for aim down sight speed. We're gonna go with our mag, the exclusive mag that I talked so much shit about the other time. The aim down sight speed, sprint to fire speed, movement speed, reload quickness. And we're gonna go with a little bit of recoil. You gotta have your recoil. Like I said, guys, it's bad to have an assault rifle with no recoil. You can do it with a sub. Like there's some really accurate submachine guns. The Scar H is really accurate. I'm not gonna act like the Scar H, isn't accurate. Yeah, you gotta have recoil. So that we had to have our commando foregrip. But we already have 2 things that are increasing our aim down sight speed. Boom, we got the mag, we got the stock, and then we got the barrel. This little barrel is exclusive. It also increases mobility, aim down sight speed, movement speed. So our mobility is through the roof with this gun right here. And then a monolithic suppressor. You got your sound suppression and your damage range. So this is perfect. I know I say that every time, but this is the perfect breakdown. This is the perfect way to set up a gilded for TDM. You're reacting fast as fuck to your environment. And then you also balancing your weapon out by having a commando foregrip and a monolithic suppressor. And then the suppressor is keeping you off the radar as well. So you're not appearing on the radar, so that means you're being discreet, you're being tactical, but then you're also reacting quick as hell. We have 3 perks here that are benefiting your mobility. Aim down sight speed, no stock, aim down sight speed, ammunition, aim down sight speed. It's incredible. It's incredible. And like I said, your mobility is through the roof. You move super fast. You know, you're discreet. So this is why we're gonna go with this in TDM. Now let's go here. Secondary, Alchemist Dream. This is an exclusive piece that I have right here, guys. Exclusive, nasty. You know what I'm saying? I don't really have to break this down, man. You can set your secondary up however you want to set your secondary up, but you know, we're going with a Deagle, Tag Enforcer, you know, damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, muzzle brake, recoil stabilization. We all know a Deagle has fucking kick. We all know that, you know, so we're going to recoil the fuck out of it because we want a stable Deagle. I want to be able to aim at you and hit you from 100 yards with this Deagle. You know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going damage range, you know, recoil, you know, and then the grip, aim down, sight speed. The mag, ammo capacity, fire rate, aiming stability. So yeah, we're definitely overloaded on stability here, you know, and accuracy. You know, in other words, accuracy. You know, the trigger action, it gives you aiming stability. Tag Enforcer always also gives you recoil control, bullet velocity, range. You know, and this one does the same thing, recoil as well. You know, of course we want to overload on recoil. It's a Desert Eagle, you know, like it's known for having kick. You know what I mean? And yeah, this grip is for aim down, sight speed. That's just to give us a little reaction time. We don't want to be slow as ever reacting with the Deagle. So yeah, it has to be a perfect balance. You know, it has to be a perfect balance. Sometimes I'll throw an optic on a Deagle, but like honestly, like I said, if you're great, you don't really need an optic, man. You can rock with an iron sight. Even on the Deagle, rock with an iron sight. You know, like I don't really need the 13 round mag, you know, but if I was to knock out this 13 round mag, I'd probably put a perk on it. You know, but let's not elaborate on the Deagle too much. Like I said, I don't want to take too much time on this video. But yeah, like our breakdown with the Gilded, man, this was the perfect weapon to use for this YouTube video. Now let's go to the perks. So TDM perks, Scavenger, must have, Hardline, must have, Sharp Nail, must have, right? Now these are all different perks than we used for 50 vs 50 in Warzone, because this is a completely different ball game. Team deathmatch, for those who don't know, it consists of team of 6, maybe 2 teams of 6. So you got 12 people, super small map, most kills wins. So your enemies are highly anticipated. Therefore, you got to use a Claymore. Claymores, I've been playing Call of Duty since the very beginning. Claymores are fucking legendary. They're legendary. Like I missed the satchel charge. I missed the C4 where you would put the C4 on the wall as if it was like Claymore, for example, like sit somewhere, and when somebody would walk past the C4, it would buzz off. There would be like a little buzzer on your screen, and if you double tap square, it would blow up as soon as the enemy walked by. It was awesome. I wish they would bring that back. But anyway, a Claymore, you could sit these on the ground. As soon as a person walks past that red laser, it fucking blows up. So in TDM, I keep 2 of these. Yeah, because I'm trying to get a fucking kill streak. Everybody that's good, we're trying to get kill streaks. So Sharp Nail, this perk allows you to have 2 lethal equipments. So yes, 2 Claymores. So if I'm in a building, I'm Claymoring 2 entrances. If I know the building that I'm in, I'm gonna Claymore both entrances, because I know once I kill 3 or 4 enemies, they're coming back for me and they know where I am. So the chances of them coming back for me and trying to get me out of that spot where I killed them is probably like 95%. So when they're coming back, we're already anticipating them. This is when you go deep into the psychology of gaming right here. I only know this because, you know, I'm an avid Call of Duty player. You know, so this is the kind of information that we want to share across all games and platforms. Information like I'm sharing today on this video. So with a Claymore, you know, boom, you get 2 Claymores, you lock up both entrances, right? Tactical, stun, grenade, team deathmatch, this works because it slows the enemy down in his tracks. When everything's moving really fast, you want to have anything that'll slow the enemy down. So that's why I go with a stun grenade here. Stun or flash. So why are we going with Scavenger? Because if you're a Call of Duty badass, you know that after you killed 6 or 7 enemies or 8 enemies, you're going to run out of bullets. You're going to run out of bullets. Especially if you have an assault rifle, especially a submachine gun. Especially a submachine gun. So when you're running around, you go over your person's body. What this allows you to do is resupply ammo from dead players. That's why we go with Scavenger. It allows you to resupply ammo from dead players. So once you kill somebody, boom, you get more ammo. So if you want to get a high kill streak, you want to keep killing people because you're good and people can't kill you, the last thing you want to do is run out of ammo. So we need scavenger for team deathmatch. Hardline. Now this is for badasses too. This allows you to get your kill streaks faster. You know, your kill streaks cost 1 less kill. 25% off kiosk prices for kill streaks, field upgrades, and armor upgrades. That's in Warzone. You know, so yeah, you know, you got your hardline in team deathmatch. I've always used hardline because I know I'm gonna get a kill streak. You know, and especially with the whole setup, like I just told you guys, with the whole claymores. Once I kill 3 people, you know, I got guys coming in the building trying to get me. Somebody's gonna get hit with the claymore. That's the 4th kill. Maybe the other guy's gonna walk in. That's the 5th kill. Maybe I'm gonna kill somebody while they're walking in the door. By then, that's 7 or 8 kills. You know, and if you got on hardline, you know, I'm racking up kill streaks. By the time, you know, I get my 4th or 5th kill, my radar is already there. You know what I mean? And with the radar, I know where you're coming from. You know, the radar is the key in Call of Duty. You know, that's how we win, by having awareness and looking at your radar. You know, and then of course, you know, guys, we got the sharp nail for 2 tacticals. You know, for 2 lethals. Yep. So that's our TDM breakdown. You know, so it's a difference from a TDM class, a Warzone class, and a 50 versus 50 class. Those are all the specifics. You know, most people, they will set up one class, you know, when they're new to Call of Duty, and they're like, hey, I like this weapon, so yeah, let's just use this with everything. No, it gets really deep, you know, when it comes to Call of Duty, and we want to dive deeper into that and share that, you know, because we love this game, and you know, it's dope, and we love doing this. You know, CODAMAZEMENT7, we're diving deeper into the psychology of gaming, and we want to share this information across all games and platforms and come together as a gaming community. And yeah, look out for the website launch. You know, like I said, we're implementing applied psychological methods to help gamers keep accountability and keen focus. So this right here, this is just a segment of us sharing information as a community. But on the other end, we're showing gamers how to actually get better at video games using mindfulness techniques. You know, you guys will see on the website soon. And we're helping gamers keep accountability, you know, by helping you guys manage your physical and your mental health. So you know, gamers suffer from everything from chronic illnesses to insomnia to sleepiness to binge gaming, super binge gaming, not balancing out time with your families, and we're basically teaching you guys practices to help combat these things, pretty much. So we're not only teaching people how to get better at video games using the mind, we're teaching you guys how to stay healthy physically and mentally. You know, and then we're coming together as a community to share information like this. So this is a part of the community segment, and we hope you guys enjoyed this YouTube video. We hope everybody enjoyed the stream. You know, like, share, please share, subscribe to the YouTube page. You know, I would appreciate it. We follow back. You know, I always sub back. Everybody that knows me knows I always sub back. I follow back. You know, I follow everybody back. You know, we're not the kind of page that has 10,000 followers. It's not following anybody back. You know, DM us your clips. If your clip is badass, we're gonna repost it. We're gonna shout you out. You know, we're doing giveaways very, very soon. Just leave a comment, show some love. You know, say hi, let us know you're there on any of the social media platforms. Like I said, we appreciate it. We just made a TikTok. Go check us out on TikTok. You know, we're getting up there. We're already up to 1,000 followers on TikTok. So yeah, thank you guys for all your support, and you know, everybody who's seen this video. And yeah, stay tuned. We got big things coming, like really, really big things coming. So all right, guys, thanks for tuning into this stream, and yeah, like and share, and we'll see you guys next time. All right.